Burning question, powered by General Air Conditioners.
Welcome back, friends, to this section of the trending burning question. Prime Minister Modi, earlier in the day, speaking at the 43rd Foundation Day of the BJP and addressing all the members of parliament of the party, has set the agenda straight as he asserted that the BJP was committed to taking tough steps to rid India of corruption, nepotism and law and order challenges. He further targeted the dynasty mindset. Interestingly, the minority community has also started making a shift towards the BJP, as the Prime Minister said. Now, what does it mean? The lotus is only blooming. Has this shrunk opposition's growth? Let's have a look at this report, and then I come back to discuss in the backdrop of this irony of Anil Antony versus AK Antony on BJP versus Congress.
On the 43rd Foundation Day of the BJP, the Prime Minister made the BJP vision clear.
ये बात सही भी है, लेकिन हमें एक भाजपा कार्यकर्ता के नाते इस देश के हर नागरिक का दिल जीतना है। हमें चुनाव जीतने तक सीमित नहीं रहना है, कोटि कोटि जनों के दिलों को जीतना, ये हमारा मकसद है।
Unlike the opposition parties who use the slogan of social justice for political gains, BJP strives for social justice and employment of all segments, and the free ration to 80 crore is a living example as it is being given without any discrimination.
साथियों, सन 47 में अंग्रेज भले चले गए, लेकिन जनता को गुलाम रखने की मानसिकता यहीं पर कुछ लोगों के जहन में बो करके चले गए, यही छोड़ गए थे। बादशाही मानसिकता के लोग इस वर्ग की आवाज सुनने की तो बात छोड़ दीजिए, पल पल कुचलते रहते थे।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized on letting go of the British mindset. He asserted that the BJP was committed to taking tough steps to rid India of corruption, nepotism and law and order challenges.
2014 में इस दबे कुचले शोषित वंचित वर्ग ने अपनी आवाज बुलंद की। बादशाही मानसिकता के लोग इस वर्ग की आवाज सुनने की तो बात छोड़ दीजिए, पल पल कुचलते रहते थे।
On ground, even representatives of the minority community acknowledged the shift.
ये अवार्ड के लिए मैं 10 साल से कोशिश किया। हर साल मेरे को 12,000 का खर्चा आता था। प्रोफाइल जो है मेरा इतना मोटा प्रोफाइल है, कलर फोटोज है, उसके अंदर एक 50 कलर फोटोज है, उसके लिए बहुत खर्चा आता था। 5 साल तक किया, उसके बाद बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट आ गई तो मैं ये सोच के छोड़ दिया कि ये बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट मुसलमानों को कुछ नहीं देती, मगर मोदी जी मेरे ख्याल को साबित करते हुए मुझे चुना।
A top former Congress minister's son, Anil Antony, has joined the BJP.
Now the Congress party is not bothered about nation building. The interest of the nation nor of the people is not their primary interest. The current Congress party only prioritize the interest of 2-3 particular individuals. I am not naming them, but I am sure you know who I am talking about. And at this moment, I do not believe that the current Congress party resonate with the young India in any manner.
Has the Modi government ensured that social justice is not just a political slogan but an article of faith? And will this mean the crumbling of a vote bank the opposition was hoping to piggyback on? This is the trending burning question tonight. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Alright, welcome back again. Joining me, Sardar R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, which is marking its foundation day today, was set up in 1980. And Ratnaka Tripathi, in the ever difficult role of defending the Congress party, joining us live from Varanasi. And I would want to begin with Professor Tanveer Ejaz. He's associate professor and columnist live from Delhi. Professor Ajaz, we are essentially, analyzing Prime Minister's specific comment that the BJP is now finding increasing traction with the minorities, with the Dalits, and with the tribals in the light of developments in the last 24 hours. Professor Ajaz, we have seen Shah Rashid Ahmad Qadri, the Padma Shri awardee, saying that he got from Narendra Modi what the Congress never gave him despite all his efforts over a decade. We have had Anil Antony, a Christian, quitting the Congress. Of course, he quit about a month and a half back, joining the BJP today. And then we have had Ghulam Nabi Azad, another member of the minority community, praising the Prime Minister and saying, and despite whatever Congress party has given him over those decades of his being part of that party, grand old party, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been generous to him. And unlike what many think of Narendra Modi, you see, Dalits, minorities, tribals, all going towards the BJP. Who's losing? Professor Ajaz, if you agree with what the Prime Minister said.
Yeah, I think Prime Minister is making an all-out effort to reach out to people who are on the margins. Prime Minister, because we know that elections are quite near, and the Prime Minister is trying to expand his mass base, to have more than 38% of voting, which has gone to BJP last time. So I think it's a political speech. It's a speech which would rather look to placate the people who are not so conducive to BJP, right? So this is at the political speech level. This is quite rhetorical, one would say. But when one looks at the ground level, what happens at the ground level. What happens, with those people who are actually seeing BJP, not as their own party, for instance, Dalits, minorities, at the ground level, they have problems with this political party because what happens, the manner in which they are excluded, the manner in which discrimination takes place, the employment figures, at the ground level, the business, the economy, that they have, in the government's jobs, so everywhere, they find themselves quite there's sort of an exclusion that they see. So therefore, for them to reach out, it's a difficult task for them, right? But nevertheless, there is an all-out effort from the leaders of the BJP at the time of elections, to woo the voters, particularly those who are on the margins. Yeah. So it's one can say there's a paradox, in a sense that what is at the ground level is quite different.
Okay.
But a rhetorical speech is being made.
Okay, according to you, on the ground, things are different. I would want to go to Sardar R.P. Singh on that, but before that, Ratnakar Tripathi, let me take your opening comments. Prime Minister said, I'm just quoting, we have to win the heart of every citizen and this should not be limited to elections. Do you agree with this concept that a political party should be making an outreach to every section of the community, to every citizen? Do you agree with the Prime Minister to the extent that he says that they should be winning the heart of every citizen?
Are you going to quote it by the name of the Prime Minister in the record? I think it's a very common quote. It is not exclusively what Prime Minister said. He quoted what is politics.
I'm quoting what he said
Every
today
political
in his
party
address
should
to the BJP
reach out for the general public.
and the workers of the party.
No, so I am just saying that is it going to be recorded as the exclusive quote of the Prime Minister? Mr. Abhishek Kapoor, you are a learned person, I think.
Okay.
And
Do
this
you
is a
agree
very
with the
general
principle,
quote.
irrespective of whether it's an exclusive quote or not?
Says so.
Okay, do you agree or not?
It is the principle of the political outreach. Why should I agree with the Prime Minister? This is the principle on which the politics is based. Why are you making this so exclusive, Mr. Abhishek Kapoor? If somebody says that the politics is to serve the people, the Prime Minister today said that one should serve the people. And that is the principle. There are some directive principles of the. Please, Mr. Kapoor, let me conclude first.
Go ahead.
There are some directive principles of the politics. This is one of them. Why are you making so much hue and cry over it? Kare baap re, Pradhan Mantri ne aisa bol diya. What did he say? Every party tries to reach out the people, the general sentiment, the sections, everywhere. What is new in that? He talked about the British mentality. Yes, the British approach is of the Prime Minister of the BJP. Coercion, threatening, gagging, crushing, bulldozing the opponents. That is what he is doing. Erasing the history. That is what he is doing. That is what Britishers did. So what is new? New is that they are the British Indian or the Indian British, whatever you want to say. What they are doing to the political parties, what they are doing to the opponents, what they are doing to the society is what the Britishers did while they ruled here. While they invaded and ruled. And this is they didn't invade BJP people or the Prime Minister Modi. But they are doing the same thing because they are of the British mindset. They were never against Britishers. That is the history. Because they had that mindset always.
Okay.
The patron of this Bharatiya Janata Party, RSS, the attire is patloon and shirt. What is that? That is the British outfit. It is not like Kalapattu of Kerala.
Okay.
Where you wear dhoti and Angavastram like that.
You have given a litany of charges. There is no hue and cry. There is no hue and cry, Mr. Tripathi. You know, the point is Prime Minister has made an address and it's a political speech. So we are analyzing the politics of it. Ratnakar Tripathi, we are analyzing the politics of it. It would help the Congress party also if you understand the import of the words of the Prime Minister. You got your opening comments. Let me take this to RP Singh now. RP Singh, okay, let's not monopolize. Let me take this to RP Singh. I'll come back to you. I will come back to you. Sardar RP Singh, according to Professor Ejaz, it was a political speech full of rhetoric. On the ground, things might be different. And for Ratnakar Tripathi, it's the BJP which has the British mindset because A, according to him, you know, you sort of divide the society, and B, you wear patloon, and that's the problem. RP Singh, is that the problem with the BJP? RSS wears patloon and shirt, and that's the problem.
Well, by that category, I should ask what cigarette Mr. Nehru used to smoke and where did his clothes used to go for getting dry cleaned. I mean, that's all absurd. But the fact is, Congress was made by the Britishers itself. I mean, 1885, Congress was made by Britishers, and it was made to steer their agenda in society, and they to a certain extent succeeded also. But coming to the point, the core point of which my other panelist friend said that they feel excluded, discriminated, government jobs, businesses, they feel that they are not at par. I'm very sorry and I'm very sad to hear that, because I don't see, I myself is from minority, I don't see that happening with us at all. I mean, we are taken at par, we are rather given privileges. I'll give you one example. 11th June 2019, the first decision taken by this government was giving scholarship to 5 crore minority children. That was the first decision taken by this government. I'm not talking about, still not talking about triple talaq, or I'm not talking about other decisions taken by this government which were there to take care of the minorities, including 6 which were regarding Kartarpur corridor and all. But Prime Minister has been ongoingly taking care of minorities. One. Secondly, when the Kisan Samman Nidhi goes, it doesn't go by that this bank account is of a Muslim or a Hindu. It goes to everyone, or a Sikh for that regard. Well, it goes to every account. I mean, if the 10 crore beneficiaries are there, in that, I've been told almost 30% are Muslims. I mean, or for example, Ayushman Bharat, if 50 crore people get benefit out of Ayushman Bharat, I mean, there is a big section in which even the Muslims or the Sikhs also get benefited by the same. I mean, or for that regard, 45 crore bank accounts have been opened for the poor. Sir.
Yeah, these are important aspects, and I want to add. I just want to add because Professor Ejaz said that on the ground things are different. Professor Ejaz, okay, please go ahead.
So there was a time when electricity used to be pointed out. Okay, this village belongs to a particular community or people from a particular religion. That's why this will be given a priority on certain issues. And electricity will only reach to these sort of villages. But that was there, and then even I remember then Prime Minister said, okay, the first right is of the particular community or of the minorities on the country's. Whatever schemes the government will bring. So there's not no more that way. It is that everyone is taken at par. Everything is, I mean, for example, Mudra Yojana, I know it for sure. Mudra Yojana maximum beneficiaries are from the minorities or from the backward or the women. So there is no discrimination at all. And then government
Sardar RP Singh, I just want to add and go back to. I just want to add and go back to the point, go back to Professor Ejaz on the points you are making. Professor Ejaz, you know, are you really not taking a hard look at facts, or are you not willing to take a hard look at facts? This is Sardar RP Singh. He represents a minority community. I spoke about Anil Antony. He represents a minority community. Shah Rashid Ahmad Qadri represents a minority community. And for whatever numbers Sardar RP Singh gave, I am adding one number from the National Family Health Survey, and these numbers came out just about 6 months back, Professor Ejaz. And you really need to be intellectually honest to be accepting these numbers. So according to this NFHS number, the increase in coverage of electricity in India in the poorest 20% households increased from about 53% to 86% over the last decade. But in the case of minorities, specifically Muslims, it went up to 91%. So obviously, proportionately speaking, the number of minority beneficiaries in terms of electricity coverage has improved much better in the present dispensation. So obviously, the minorities, specifically the Muslims, are beneficiaries. Are you not willing to look at these facts, because of which perhaps, irrespective of what gets discussed in academic sessions, irrespective of what gets discussed in the Congress party brainstorming if it happens, the facts on the ground are different?
Yeah, so I think you said that let's have a hard look on facts. But I think it's time when we look, hard facts. We have to look hard facts. What are the hard facts? And some of the things that I would like to talk about. One is that, my friend from BJP is talking about minorities and taking all minorities as equal. So there are religious minorities, linguistic minorities and religious minorities. So when you talk about religious minorities, you see that some of the religious minorities, their conditions are improving. But some of the religious minorities, Muslims particularly, their conditions are becoming from bad to worse. That's hard data which is talking
Professor Ejaz, but I give you the example of Muslims.
Abhishek, let me complete. Let me complete. Please, let me complete.
I'm just correcting you. I give you a specific example of Muslims, lives of Muslims improving.
No. The scholarships which were given to Muslims particularly, Maulana Azad scholarship, that were withdrawn, right? Now, 38,000 crore rupees is not spent on labor welfare. Majorly, you will find Muslims as labor welfare. Now, bulldozer is run over, minorities, Muslims' houses. So there is a complete atmosphere of fear, right? Under which minority Muslims are living, particularly. Right. So it is, of course, rhetorics and speeches like this, it's very soothing, it's very soothing to hear. But when you look at the ground level, you do not have NHFS data, do not specify particularly on religious basis. That's the problem that you guys have. You look into the NHFS data and it does not talk about caste and religion. Yeah, of course, if there is some, but then you'll have to compare. It's a competitive welfare that is there. So some are getting the welfare benefits and some are not getting the welfare benefits, right? So you have to understand this very clearly.
Let me give the hard data, please.
on the ground. Look at the employment data. Look
Okay,
at the-
one argument.
in the university,
Before
I've
I
seen-
let
look at-
Sardar RP Singh
Can I
rebut,
get some
Professor
data,
Ejaz,
please?
Professor Ejaz, Professor
Can I
Ejaz,
ask you,
one argument.
Do you have any data?
Okay,
Do you have
I
any
listen to you,
data?
Professor Ejaz. Let me take this
Yes.
forward. Let me take this forward. Two problems as I see them in your argument. One is why actually divide? I mean, we are for the sake of argument, giving these numbers, but why really divide the country or the society based on caste, religion, this group, that group? Why not look at everything holistically and go by these numbers? So if electricity is not available, let's give it to 100% of the population irrespective of the community. If health services are a problem, let's give them to everyone under whatever scheme the government has, Ayushman Bharat or whatever. But I'll let Sardar RP Singh respond to this argument that you are giving, that within these broad dynamics, the fear factor that you are talking about, the bulldozer, is specifically targeted the minority community, though I might disagree, but let Sardar RP Singh respond to this. Sardar RP Singh. I'll come to you, Ratnakar Tripathi, after that.
I'll answer that also, but let me give you hard data. 31.3% of the home under Awas Yojana goes to Muslims in specific, you're asking me. 33% of the funds of the under Kisan Samman Nidhi go to Muslims. 36% beneficiaries of Mudra Yojana are Muslims. The population is almost 15%, not more than 15%. So, I mean, and I'm giving data which is hard data. I can send you the data which is there on record. I'm not cooking up the
survey?
data.
Which
or
survey?
information.
Can I ask you which survey?
Sir,
Which survey?
this is not survey, sir. This is the statistical department of the country. This is not a survey.
What is that?
That's not survey.
What is that statistical department? Which particular survey is talking about this? NHFS doesn't give data.
Sir,
on the
this is
basis
hard
of
data.
caste
Sir,
and
this
religion.
is, give me a
which
sir,
particular
give me a
data you are
second,
talking
sir.
about? You are
I'm
manufacturing
quoting
data.
the source,
So
sir.
you just can't,
Hear
sitting
me
on a
out,
television
sir.
channel, you just
Hear
cannot
me out.
manufacture data. You know, this is the problem with you.
I'm not
You
manufacturing
occupy-
data. I'm giving you data from the Indian Statistical
No, Sardar RP
Research
Singh,
Organization,
give the exact-
which is the
give the
government
exact source.
organization.
ISI?
Give me a second.
Which just tell me, send me ISI. You know, people would laugh if you speak like that.
So
Which data?
understand this.
Come on, which
they
data?
don't. I mean,
Which
No,
data?
Professor Ejaz, let Sardar RP Singh, these are
Don't
government figures.
manufacture
These are
data
government
sitting-
figures he's quoting. You can dispute them. We are a
This is
democracy.
data sitting in
He's quoting government figures of the NSO, I
Which
believe.
government? You know,
And
government-
also-
But we are having a
government-
political argument also, because Professor Ejaz, when it came,
Look.
when your turn came, you sort of spun it. You said, okay, fine, electricity is available, but then there is fear factor. So let me give you the political aspect
Yes.
of it. The BJP won 282 seats, and I go to Ratnakar Tripathi on that, because obviously we are having a political conversation, a political discussion, and opposition is strength of opposition is also important for a thriving democracy. So Ratnakar Tripathi, this question is directed at you. The BJP got 282 seats in 2014 and 303 seats in 2019. Of the 21 seats that increased, 10 seats came from SC and ST reserved constituencies. In 2014, of the 131 reserved constituencies for SC and ST, the BJP had 167. As the numbers increased, it became 77. So obviously, Prime Minister understands some facts. Prime Minister has his ear to the ground, which the Congress party is obviously failing to understand, Ratnakar Tripathi, and that is why the Congress party is paying the price.
So now let me direct a question to you first. You quoted NHFS data. So is there anywhere written that 91% of the Muslim household got the electricity? Are you sure of it? You quoted it, sir.
That's from the data, obviously. I'm quoting from the data, Ratnakar Tripathi.
Mister, are you sure that they gave the religious data? Don't make a mockery of the constitution,
Forward that data
Mr.
to you.
Abhishek.
I can forward that data to you after the debate is over. Please don't question that.
You give it. It is the government data.
But you have to
It is the
answer my
government data
question,
that they are
Ratnakar
giving the
Tripathi.
Muslim.
Again, you are deflecting. You know, this is the problem with
Is
the
it
Congress
minority
party and
or
their
Muslim? Please
spokesperson.
tell me.
You see,
No.
we are discussing a serious issue, which is about opposition
The problem
having
with you
some
is
strength.
you are
For
not
God's sake,
telling me-
address this issue. Whether the Congress party...
Mr. Kapoor,
Whether the Congress party is failing to understand-
please enlarge that data with the Muslim word. Please enlarge that data with the Muslim word on your screen.
Okay, I'm giving data with Muslim
The
words.
data which you are
here
quoting.
again-
I will
here
give it
out
to you.
again. 31.3%.
I don't have the graphics
Please,
ready.
RP Singh, let me ask Mr. Kapoor.
This is the data which has been, remember, I have quoted NFHS data, which has been part of Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council presentations also. Ratnakar Tripathi, but you are past master at deflecting.
No.
My problem is,
Tell me about the government data. Advisory Council is not a government body, sir. Advisory Council not a constitutional body, sir.
But they have quoted NFHS data.
Mr. Kapoor. Ayushman and now let me speak for 2 minutes only.
Ratnakar Tripathi, that's the problem.
Now let me speak for 2 minutes only. 1 minute. There is no problem with me.
कबूतर आंख बंद कर ले तो
There is no problem with me, Mr. Abhishek Kapoor.
But unfortunately, the Congress party seems to be doing that.
Let me speak.
And that helps the BJP.
Are you done? Are you done,
Go
sir?
ahead, I'm running out of time. Please,
So what is the
30
statistics
seconds.
of Muslim in Ayushman? No, I'm telling you, they cannot
RP Singh, do you have the numbers?
officially the government data on the religious
But is that even a status? Is that even a number?
category.
It's about Hindu and Muslim. You should not be dividing this country along religious lines or caste lines. It's about Indian citizens, and everyone, 100% of them should get Ayushman Bharat, 100% of them should get electricity, 100% of them should get equal opportunity. Where is this debate coming in every time that we talk about developmental aspects of society? Unfortunately, that's how politics is perhaps. But because we are talking about politics, I've run out of time.
Can I have 10 seconds?
End picture of today
Mr. Kapoor, can I have 10 seconds?
saying that the Congress
Mr. Kapoor,
party
can I have 10 seconds?
no more represents the voice of the youth, while his father, A.K. Antony, said that till he lives, he is going to remain loyal to one family. And that's, I think, the difference of politics, which perhaps Ratnakar Tripathi is not willing to understand. On that note, thank you so much, all my guests, Sardar RP Singh, Professor Ejaz also, for joining us. And a short break on the other side. Arnab Goswami is back with the debate.
When we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack are punished?
Everyone that took part of the terror attacks pays the price, a very heavy price. So we are still waiting for those who committed, those who sent, those who operated those terror attacks to be brought to justice. And indeed, we need to bring very serious pressure from all the world, from all the free world who stands against terrorism.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked